Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking the Orville pre-show live stream super chat explosion right here on youtube.com/Egotastic FunTime. What you gonna do? Okay, let's stop that. I'm back. Let's get the background music going. So what are you guys talking about? That was the first time I ever used live streaming from my phone. Man, I should just live stream from work. I should do that. Nobody will know. So, let's go ahead and... How's the stream going, by the way, actually? Let me pop out this chat here so I can see what's going on. All right. Turk and Rex says, JP is pulling an FCC joke on us. Pay Patreon or suffer buffering. Oh my god, that's so funny. Speaking of Patreon, you can find Talking the Orville on Patreon, Egotastic FunTime. You become a patron with a pledge. I'm going to start doing some patron only content really soon, actually. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I got a few things, you know, some videos, some live streams, some artwork, you know, the logo, whatever you want. Give me all your money, Paz McGraws. Jonathan McKnight says, when will the new season of the Orville start and how many episodes? Well, how many episodes we don't know yet, but I'm sure we'll get that information long before the new season starts, which should be in the fall, either late September or early to mid-October is technically, theoretically, when the new season of Orville should start. But we'll see how it goes. Cthulhu says, hoping for 26 episodes. Well, I'm hoping for 84 episodes. But I don't think either of us will be happy because if they get to 20, we'll be very lucky. But, you know, if we get 22, that'd be amazing. But I'd be very happy with at least 16 to 18 episodes. I mean, come on. Come on, show. People love you this much. You should really be, you know, cranking out the episodes. 200 by year 7. Hell yeah. Paz McGraws. When are you and Ren going to do another collab? I don't know because reasons. Whenever we want to, really. I mean, all I gotta do is say, hey, what's up? Let's do a collab. You know what'd be great is I'd like to get a few people on for a stream after we get all episodes of the first season of Orville through. I'd like to get a few people together from the internet and maybe, you know, get their faces on the screen here for you guys to see, and maybe we'll have a season 1 roundtable discussion about the first season of the Orville. Robert Calhoun says, Fox will give Lord Seth anything he asks for. He knows where all the skeletons are. I do think that Fox will give Seth anything he asks for at first. And then if it succeeds, great. If it doesn't succeed, they'll give it an extra season and then they'll cancel it. Yes, 8amp. Knights of the Internet Roundtable. The Anarchy. There is no reason to think that the Orville will get less episodes than Fox's other non-animated shows, no less than 20. That's true, except for the fact the show seems pretty expensive, but they got a lot of expensive shows, right? And those shows don't have the fan base that the Orville has built so quickly. So, yeah, that's a good point as well. Maybe we'll get a full 22 episode season. I mean, this is season 1, and it's a very ambitious show. Most shows in their pilot, when it's a kind of a test to see how things are going, they always have a short order, you know. A lot of shows get 6 episodes for their first season when they're a big to-do like this show. So we're lucky to get the 12, I guess. 8amp says, I actually want an animated Orville episode. That'd be amazing. Speaking of animated things, there's a show, I can't remember the name of it. You know, there's the Flash, you know, there's the whole CW Flash and Arrow and all that stuff. They have some animated show that they do that takes place in that world that is actually voiced by, you know, the Flash is actually voiced by the guy that plays the Flash on the TV show and Cisco and all that stuff. So maybe we'll get that Star Trek had an animated series voiced by mostly the original actors. Mr. Pete says, Daiko, speaking of the dichotomy, my head is Trek, but my heart is Wars. My head is Trek, but my heart is Orville. And that's a recent development. Robert Calhoun says, at least 20 episodes or I'm melting pickles and not in a jar. Because Reason says, careful about the animated stuff. They might F it up. Yeah, that's true. Well, it'd probably still be a very adult animated series. But also, there'll be no animated series. I'm sure Seth wants to keep the animated world and the live action world very separate, since this is his first live action deal as far as TV goes that he's been allowed to do. And he's doing great, by the way. R&R says, real news real. R&R, real news real. I'd love to see an episode with Lamar and Gordon getting into hijinks when on leave on Earth. Well, Gordon and Lamar are going to get into hijinks in this episode tonight, but it'll be on the ship. Speaking of, let's watch another, if you guys are up for it, another scene from tonight's episode. Just got to turn off this music here. Alright, this is a scene with Yaphet. We get Yaphet tonight. This is Yaphet and Ed, you guys.
Yaphet, what are you doing here?
I have a grievance.
How'd you get into my office?
I'm Gel.
Right.
True.
Well, what's on your mind?
I want to know why you guys put John in charge of the science team instead of me.
Commander Grayson and I both feel that Lieutenant Lamar deserves to be in the running for chief engineer.
What? You gotta be kidding me. What the hell has that son of a bitch ever done to deserve anything?
No final decisions have been made, and I'm aware that you're next in line for the job, but we have our reasons for considering him.
It's 'cause I'm gelatinous, isn't it? You guys can't handle the thought of a gelatinous person in charge of a department.
Yaphet, that is not it.
This is so racist, man. You're so friggin' racist.
I am not. I have several gelatinous friends.
This is a bunch of crap, man. This is total crap. Permission to return to duty.
Granted.
You know what? There was less crap in Bortus's colon.
What the hell? Man, you guys, Yaphet's great. Also, we finally got to see Yaphet really tackle a chair. See how, you know, getting out of... We don't know how he got into the chair, but we saw how he got out of the chair, which is amazing. And he's not above playing the race card when he needs to, though it didn't work. I'm just glad to see Yaphet's back, because last week he was gone. He was not in Firestorm at all. Not even during the funeral scene. Maybe he was just, you know, in his room crying over Claire. Who knows? Yeah, Paz McGrath. Apparently Bortus ate Yaphet. It seems like something like that might have happened. Bono Cat. Which character will have the evil twin? Oh, man. Well, if they ever do a mirror universe where they all have evil twins, what if there's an evil Yaphet who still has a goatee? Yeah, Yaphet would have been friends with Lieutenant Payne as well, because he works in engineering. Yep, that would explain that, 8amp. Evil Alara. Could Alara be evil? I don't know. I guess she could. I guess any of them could be evil. What would an evil John Lamar be like? What would an evil Gordon be like? Probably exactly the same, but just way crazier pranks. Seth has said he would like to have a non-humanoid in every episode. Yeah, that'd be great. But of course, that's probably the most time-consuming and expensive part of putting an episode together, probably. Mr. Pete says evil Alara in a midriff. Yeah, just like they did with Hoshi on Enterprise when they did the Mirror Universe episode. 8 Amp says, would Alara be hot with a goatee? Now I'm conflicted. Well, some people preferred her with no eyebrows, so goatee probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, Star Siege. Evil Isaac was scary as boop, boop, boop. I guess you're tongue shiz. Alright, Ren Kirioto. I got 9 minutes, but I have to wait and watch it on Hulu tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to watch it on Hulu tomorrow as well. Actually, I hooked up my my antenna to my HD television. We just call them televisions now. You don't have to specify HD television. And I actually could watch the Orville live, but we're doing the live stream. I can wait till tomorrow, you guys. Bonocat, Alara's father episode will be Name That Star. Huh? What? Robert Picardo's that star. Jonathan McKnight, do you think Seth will do his Peter Griffin, Stan, and Roger voices at some point? I'm guessing no. I'm guessing he won't do anything like that with this show. I'm pretty sure he wants to separate this show from everything he's done previously as far as franchises go. Humor-wise, not the same. That's his style. But I'm pretty sure, you know, he might do it season 4, season 5, but I don't think he's going to be doing any of that. Just because he's taking so much care with, I think even more than Family Guy, this show is probably a labor of love to Seth MacFarlane, because he is like a huge Star Trek fanboy. I mean, I'm a huge Star Trek fanboy, and he is well beyond my love for Trek, and I love Trek all the way, every bit of my body. Well, not all Star Trek, if you know what I mean. Because reasons. Here's the question. First officer, Ed's ex-wife, and first officer. We already have seen shifts there, but how long will Ed as captain allow it with the season 1 track record? You talking about the relationship? Oh wait, Ed's ex-wife, and oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on. I hope they never get back together until like the very last season. I hope they both have relationships throughout the series with other people, and then, you know, build up this huge respect for each other that eventually is like, hey, you know, season 12, they're like, hey, let's do this, and then we can deal with that during that season, or maybe the second half of that season. The Accidental DM, hey, how's it going? Is this going to be a 2-parter? I don't know. I was guessing that it might be in my preview, just because of the fact that it's called New Dimension, and the next episode is about a planet from another universe, which I can't wait to talk about that, because that's the finale, and there's some big stuff going on in that, but we should probably just save that for when I do the preview episode on Monday. Ooh, Bonocat says, did Honest Trailers do Orville yet? I have no idea. I doubt it. If they did, I would have heard about it. If you guys haven't seen my Twitter page, Talking Orville Twitter page, it's Orville-rific, non-stop 24/7 Orville stuff. Non-stop popping up on that thing. All right, Kyle G. Cohen, time for Orville. Okay, love you. Bye-bye. Egotastic fun time, gonna have a great time. All right, Kyle, go watch New Dimension. I hope you have an egotastic fun time watching it. Say hi to the crew for us. We'll be here chatting about the Orville. I still got another scene to watch, which of course Kyle's gonna just go see it as within context. No spoilers. Any spoilers that you give, just talk. Don't give spoilers. You know, feel free to talk about whatever scenes we've already watched, but try not to extend beyond any of that. Oh, because Reason says you should play the VR game Star Trek Bridge Crew again. It was just like the Orville, just JP style. Yeah, I plan on doing that. It's just, man, streaming games is so tough because I want to put in enough time. And I've been streaming the Fractured Butthole South Park game the last couple weeks. And in those sessions of playing games, there's a lot. I love video games, right? But I just don't have time to play. And I've been playing so much, for me, nowadays with my current schedule that it's taking away from making Talking the Orville episodes, and you guys just deserve more content than that. But I am going to stream that again. I'm also going to stream after I'm done with the Fractured Butthole, which will probably be tomorrow. I'm going to start streaming Injustice 2. Can't wait to jump into that. Then I'm going to be doing Skyrim VR, which came out, but also I'll be putting in Bridge Crew once in a while because that game's fun, even though it's kind of hard. Ooh, Ran Kiriota says, I hope they do a 3D visualization where you can explore the Orville and not just where you see the bridge. Yeah, I did recently see... I should find that image sometime and put it in one of these streams. I'm actually do it in one of my episodes that I have coming up for Talking the Orville. But there's actually a blueprint, a side view blueprint, where you can see all the building, not buildings, but the crew quarters, and mostly it's the crew quarters. There's a lot of crew quarters in it, but yeah, I would like a 3D model that you can search through online or something like that. Wafaho says, we need Nathan Fillion on the show. Nathan returning to Fox on a sci-fi show would be awesome. Yes. Especially a show that didn't get canceled. Even though Firefox was amazing and should have never been... Not Firefox. Firefly should never have been canceled. I was mixing my Fireflies with my Fox. Because reasons. It was great, dude. I love the VR stream. Yeah, that one's... It's a little tough in the respect... Luckily now I can actually see the chat while I'm streaming VR, which is great. That's an update that they've had recently, where I can actually see... Of course, I have to read it really quickly because it disappears quickly. But man, it gets really hot for how long you have to... If you're streaming, you gotta have a good block of time, a couple hours. So my forehead gets very hot. Maybe a Yaphet cam, Deku Scrublor says. Oh, Rin! 1 more minute. I'm going to turn on the TV. All right, you should do it. You shouldn't actually... It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. It's the top of the hour. You should have that TV on, warmed up, ready for the Orville. Huh. Star Siege Player says, you notice there's no turbo lifts, but a lot of spiral stairs. They do have a lot of spiral stairs that they have a Lara run up and down, or at least down. Now they have elevators, but we don't know if the elevators actually, are like the turbo lifts where they can go in different directions. We don't know if they just, go up and down. Mr. P is still pushing the picklers. We are the picklers. Yes, guys, no spoilers. If it's part of a scene that we watched, okay, talk about that scene a little bit, but please, no spoilers. Yeah, I've never seen a Lara in the... Well, I saw Lara in the elevator once when they were coming... It wasn't on the ship, though. It was if the stars should appear, they took an elevator at one point. And that's, when they're all beat up and tattered, and Ed's like, so you guys got any plans this weekend? Type of thing. Kenny Kent, one of my favorite things about the Orville is the ship. It is the prettiest since the Andromeda. Yeah, it is a very pretty ship. It was very weird getting used to the ship at the first couple episodes, like, because you felt like you're watching the show, you're like, oh, I'm watching Star Trek. What? And you're like, what? That ship doesn't look like Star Trek. Well, it kind of looks a little bit like Voyager, but it doesn't. It's kind of like, looks aquatic in some ways. But now, yeah, the ship is so pretty. I love watching the theme, watching it fly through space. And it's just, doing its thing. It's great. Now, the main part of the ship, not the quantum drives, but the main part of the ship, you can actually, I noticed this earlier, you can actually place a Star Trek sign, Star Trek comm badge, perfectly on that thing. It matches up perfectly with the comm badge Star Trek symbol. Of course, you got to cut away some bits. Interesting, isn't it? I wonder if Seth had something to do with that. Because Reason says, my mom, oddly, Trek Yard said it looked like a giant sandal. And Mom said the same thing. How can I be a man about this, JP? Well, maybe it's fine if it looks like a sandal, because it has the thing, you put your foot in there. Or, you know, the quantum drives will fit on the back of your foot, you know, kind of, or the back of your foot over here. The ship looks like a toilet seat or a bottle opener. Pia Riza says, what kind of toilet seats do you have at Wafaho? Starseed Sailor says, Quantum Drive toilet seats. See, typical Orville fans. We go right to toilet humor. Literally. Clemens' surname says, it's 3 a.m. here and I have no idea when Orville is on Fox Europe. I must just watch it later in full HD. I have no idea. I don't know if it's in Europe. I do know that it airs in the UK for the very first time the 14th of December, or maybe the 16th of December. I can't remember exactly, but it's a Thursday. I do know that. Turkin Rex says, I like the ship design. Yeah, I like it too. It took a little getting used to because they're just so different. Richard Bloomer says, not just Orville fans, but also JP fans. Because reasons. Yeah, the ship is cool. We just don't know much about it yet. Yeah, we really don't. It's, I mean, I'm sure if you just think about, you know, a Starfleet ship, it's probably very similar, except for it runs on, you know, different type of technology. It has quantum drives instead of warp drives. But I think they have the same carpets as a Starfleet ship. I do know that the Orville has elevators that play music, whereas Starfleet ships do not have that. Oh, Robert Cow. Am I cutting out, you guys? Hey guys, did I cut out right now? Mentioned spore drives. Spore drives, which is from Star Trek Discovery, is why spore drive, not spore drive, it's not drive, it's spore something. That allows you to transport anywhere in the universe, anywhere, at any time. I believe it's that device, the spore thing, that's going to allow Michael Burnham to reset the entire universe so that Star Trek Discovery never happened. Micro Sound, what's up? Clemen, surname. The Orville is powered by quantum drives, which is a new scientific theory. I think someone from Mexico came up with it not very long ago, where it's like it's pushing on space, maybe using dark matter or something. I haven't looked into it. That's smart brain stuff, you guys. James Forsythe says, I hope it resets her brain. Well, I'm guessing she'll never exist because apparently she's Spock's stepsister. Did you guys know Spock had a stepsister? Yeah, neither did Spock. Nobody did, because he doesn't. Now, why can Sarek astral project himself now? What the hell's going on? That show's dumb. Portobello Drive, Steve Bowden says. Fungus Drive, Mr. Pete says. All right, Ren. Commercial's over. Ren says, bye, everyone. All right, go watch it. Go watch it. Dichotomy says, nuclear reactors provide all you'll ever need. Clement's surname. So it's like engines in Futurama show where engines actually bend space around the time. It doesn't move the ship at all. Something like that. I can't say for sure, but it's something like that. Robert Calhoun says, I thought Spock never talked about her because Kirk spent a weekend on Vulcan and was never spoken of again. Oh, that Kirk. Oh, that's warp drive, Microsound says. Yeah, I think the ship is the Orville is being propelled but I don't know if it's pushing on dark matter or something. I don't quite understand it. I'm not a scientist, you guys. I'm a observer of entertainment, just like the rest of us, the rest of you guys. It's something bubble, Dichotomy says. Now, I do have another scene to watch, you guys, from tonight's episode. Now, this is a big one. There's a chance you guys might not want me to play it, because this is something that stems back from episode 1 that they're following up on, or so I believe. But it was posted by the Orville, so maybe it's fine, because they don't like giving away big spoilers. So if you guys want to see this scene, just give me an upvote. If you don't want to see it, give me a downvote. And probably what I'll do is I'll say all the people with downvotes turn away now, because I'm going to play it anyway. Damn it. Robert Calhoun says, yeah, science, bitch. Turkin says down. I got a downvote. Because reasons like I'd ever downvote you. Oh, I wish I knew how to downvote you. Quantum drive allows manipulation of the fabric of space. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, that's basically what I said, right? Alright, Kent says up high. Pia Rezas gives a upvote. Oh man, you guys, you know what? Oh, I need to make some emojis for the Twitch page. I'm gonna do an upvote and a downvote one. Oh, too bad I can't do that on the YouTubes. Microsound, what's up? Hey people, watch JP on Twitch. It's fun. Microsound's always there watching me on Twitch. Usually it's just me and Microsound and a couple other people, but we have a good old time. Alright, so I got a couple of upvotes. Dichotomy just straight up gave me a finger. Star Siege upvote. Robert Calhoun upvote. So let's go ahead and play this scene. This is a big one. Or so I believe. I haven't watched it. And then of course a reminder from the Anunnaki. Hobo clowns are the most dangerous because they are hungry. Oh, Turkin says, I changed my mind. Up. Thanks for that dirty finger, because reasons. Thanks, Austin Winkleman. Alright, let's go ahead and play it. This is stemming back from episode 1, and they're doing a follow-up with this episode, and this with tonight's episode, and this is something we've all kind of been wondering about, or how it was going to go down once revealed. So here we go. Let me get rid of this dubstepping music, you guys.
I'm your first officer. Part of my job is to help assemble the best possible staff on board this ship.
All right, we'll give him a shot. Hell, your instincts are usually good, so who knows?
Hey, you wouldn't be sitting there if I...
Sorry, what?
Nothing. It was a joke.
Didn't sound like a joke.
Forget about it. I'm gonna go tell John, get him started.
Kelly, did you say something to Admiral Halsey to get me this command?
No, of course not.
Oh my God, you did.
Oh my
All
God.
I said was that I thought you deserved a chance.
You went to Admiral Halsey and you asked him to give me command of the Orville.
I put in a good word, that's all I did.
To an admiral who just happened to be close to your father.
That had nothing to do with it. Ed, I had spent a year feeling like a horrible person for cheating on you. I also knew I was the reason that you went into your slump. I wanted to help get you back on the right path. I wanted to do something to help make things better for you.
Well, thank God for your help.
You would have gotten a command sooner or later anyway. I mean, you were top of your class at Union Point.
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't you just say that I wouldn't be sitting here if you hadn't gone to bat for me?
I didn't mean to put it that way. And besides, it isn't true.
Well, I guess we'll never know, huh?
What? Oh, you guys. Oh my God. So it finally came out that she put in a good word because her daddy knows somebody. Oh, dude. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say about that, because we knew there's something like that going on and they put it at the very end of the episode of season 1, and they haven't mentioned it since. And finally it came back up, and in the lamest way, you know, foot and mouth disease, basically. All she had to do is not say half a sentence, and it never would have come out. Oh my God, you guys. What's going to happen from that? Because now he's going to be like, okay, this is the woman that ruined my life, and now I owe it to her, the fact that my life is awesome right now, because she did me a favor that I didn't ask for. Oh my God. How many Cupid's daggers is she going to stab him with? Richard L., this does not bode well. What do you guys think about that? Turk and Rex, so far I like the preview clips. The preview clips tonight are a little bit more revealing than the Orville usually gives us. I'm surprised they went this far. Usually everything that they show us is like, I have no idea. I still have no idea what's going on. But this, you can kind of piece things together. Because reasons. What just happened? I was blinded by super sexy eyes. How long have I been out? My eyes aren't that sexy. You flirt. Robert Calhoun, the summary for next week shocked the hell out of me. Well, as far as next week goes, I don't know much about it, except for I know that there's a huge decision that the crew has to make, because apparently something they did, I think either in this episode, in next week's episode, or in a previous episode, has had huge ramifications that they have to now deal with. They basically did something wrong at some point in the season, and now it's biting them in the ass, and they have to figure out what to do about it. Sounds like a great Prime Directive type thing, and it sounds like there might not be a right choice, or I don't know if it has to do with the krill, because maybe letting those krill children survive was wrong, or maybe just even, you know, getting involved with the krill was, you know, a bad choice. We'll have to see. There's so many things in every episode that could come back and bite them in the ass. Yeah, that's the thing. And here's the thing: is in because reasons says, yeah, they did a lot of wrong things, because they're just people out there figuring out, and there is no right answer to a lot of the situations they come up against, and so they try to make the right choices. But yeah, what happens when you don't make the right choice? And I think the show, something that Star Trek doesn't even really do. They always made the right choices. You know, they would struggle a little bit, and then, you know, the captain would always say, this is what we should do, and it's the correct choice. What if they don't make the right choices in this? What happens because of that? Every episode, I was talking to somebody, one of my patrons, about this. It's a Prime Directive issue. You know, the Prime Directive is in place in the Trek universe, where it's like, you don't interfere, there's rules for this, rules for that, and it's all, as Picard would say, or did say, to protect not only the other people, but you as well. And so what if there is no Prime Directive, and you're just figuring out the best way to solve a situation? What's going to happen, you know, next time you come across these people, or how's that going to bite you in the ass later on? This show, The Orville, is in many ways more adult, even though it's got, you know, childish humor sometimes and dick jokes, which we all love. I love me a good dick joke, you guys, especially a big long dick joke. It's more mature in certain ways, don't you think? Yeah, Robert Calhoun. I see Priya being Ed's Vosh. Yeah, Picard had Vosh. You know, Picard was on, I don't know if it was Rise of 3 or what, but he was on vacation that one time, and then that one lady shows up, and they go on an adventure together, and then she showed up a few other times, and she was kind of like a dealer in artifacts as well. Because Reason says, it is mature. It very much is, because reasons. Alright, Pia Riza. Okay, guys, I have to go. I'm almost sleeping here. The week has been really busy. See y'all. Thanks for stopping by, Pia Riza. Thanks for coming and hanging out. That's what we're here for. This whole stream is just for Orville fans to hang out and chat. That's why I was so happy I was able to put the chat on the screen here. So everybody, you know, even people that watch later can see what people are talking about. You know, I run my mouth the whole time, but you know, it's really about all of us talking. James Forsyth, what if Darulio gets pregnant and Kelly or Ed could be the parent? Yeah, we don't know how reproduction works with Darulio's people. Maybe men or women can impregnate a Darulio. I don't know what his people is called. Smurfafarians, maybe? Clement's surname. I wonder if there are any females in this stream, or is it just sausage party? Well, I don't have a sausage. I'm more of a little smoky type guy. Some of you might have sausages, but no, there's always been lots of women in this stream. But of course, most of my fan base, just like most fan base of most channels, are male. Uh-oh, Rob Lowe got prego because reasons. Rob Lowians, yeah. I'm a Rob Lovian. Piariza, I'm leaving, but I'm a girl. So there was a girl here, but then Piariza left. The one girl. She's like the only Mocklin female. But she has to go live in a cave. Good night, Hungwin. Unless you're saying goodnight to Piariza. Fractured Vision. Stream is working excellent. Thank you. It might have been a problem with my internet. I've been actually having problems. Actually, it's probably my router if I think about it. I probably should reset that bad boy pretty soon. It has been like a few weeks since I've done that. Hey, Hung. Good night to JP. Hung says, good night, Hung. So is anybody able to... Anybody watching the Orville? I know we've had a few people leave to go watch the Orville, but man, is everybody watching the Orville on Hulu? Which is actually fine, because Hulu does count. Hulu does count towards views. It counts towards the live plus, not only the live plus 3, but the live plus 7. Both numbers are important. I understand these just a little bit, only because of the Orville. I've had to do a little bit of research. Live plus 7 is how many people watch it live, and then plus 3 is how many people watch it on, you know, streaming services or DVR over the next 3 days past the live date. They count that to get a week's numbers for a show. And then they have the plus 7, which is starting to come out now, which is how they were able to find out that the Orville is the #1 show right now for newcomers. That's 7 days. So if you want to see the overall picture of how a show is doing, you actually look at the live plus 7 ratings. And the Orville is doing wonderfully, you guys. Richard L., I'm a DVR. Yeah, most people are DVRs now, man. Why would you not be? I've been a DVR guy. Well, not even DVR, just streaming, you know, Hulu, Netflix, since like 2009. Kenny Kent, do you think we will see a big space battle next season? Yeah, I think we definitely will, if not a couple of space battles. We started having a really big space battle in Cupid's Dagger between the two warring factions when they started having that big fight, but you know, it wasn't really about the fight, so we just saw a few scenes of that. And it looks like the show can really handle the effects and really come off great, but of course it wasn't a focus, and they ended it pretty quickly. The Anunnaki. I torrent, so I don't count, but I am a private site. To 5 minutes after it finishes, I'll be watching. Wow, you're lucky. I have to wait till tomorrow. JP, because Reason says, JP, do that face when you were looking at the rides and the goat. Let's see which face. There's a couple faces. It was... There's that one that's like... I don't know. I don't know what face I was doing. All my good faces just come in the moment, you know. Ugh, that sounded dirty. Oh, because Reason says that's it. The accidental DM. Whatever happened to the krill? Exactly. Whatever happened to the krill? That was such a big deal. The first half of the season, we hear about the krill a lot. We've seen them a couple times. And of course, that krill episode was amazing. But then ever since that krill episode, no more krill, really. Not even talked about. But I do know that the krill is supposed to be a big villain for the entire series. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot of krill in season 2. If not, in maybe next week's finale, we might get a little bit. I couldn't tell you, though. I have no idea. I do know that this planet that the crew finds themselves on, this other universe planet, is supposed to be pretty interesting. And I don't know why it's supposed to be pretty interesting, but it's supposed to be amazing and, you know, something that you're going to remember. I have no idea why. Mr. P, I hope the krill stay evil. Yeah, I think they will, because they're so indoctrinated and they hate everybody. Everybody. I can't see them all of a sudden, after, you know, thousands of years of hating everybody, that they're all of a sudden they're like, you know what? You're not so bad. So they're probably going to stay evil. I mean, even the Cardassians, as evil as they were supposed to be and were and are, there was some good guys in there, or some people that were able to, you know, change their way of thinking. I don't know if the krill are like that. All hell Avis, Clement surname says. Avis, we try harder. The Anunnaki, I can invite you to join a private torrent site. Contact me if you're interested. Thanks, Anunnaki, but no, I'm good. I'm good. Anytime I have available to download something, I should be working on my show. We gotta get some more Talking the Orville episodes out, you guys. Turrican Rex says the Orville needs more evil alien species, or just more alien species that we deal with that are a little bit, you know, different looking. So far, we've had a lot of very human-looking people, maybe some little marks here and there, a little bit of makeup. But as far as like full-on krill level stuff, very few. So hopefully we get some more of that. I'm sure we will in season 2. I bet you when season 2 comes out, because the show's doing so well among fans, which is the only thing that counts. Critics don't count. Critics are useless, and I don't even know why they get paid, because it really matters on what the viewers do, and the viewers are watching the Orville. If they're not watching it first night, they're watching it within the 3 and 7 day periods and in droves. So I bet you when season 2 returns, I bet you we notice a budget increase in everything that we see. Hopefully they don't go too far. Sometimes things work better when they have to actually worry about a budget. People think outside of the box. Sometimes if you throw a lot of money at stuff, you just, oh, let's make it look like a dark movie. A lot of times when you get big budgets, all of a sudden you can't pay the electric bill and everything's dark. Clement surname says we need to see an all-woman planet, an all-women planet. Bortus episode was kind of gay, LOL. Well, it was definitely a sausage party. The Mocklin planet. Would it be interesting if there's just like there's an all-male planet, the Mocklins, if there's an all-female planet, but the all-female planet, or the only female race has to interact with the all-male race, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Because the thing is Mocklins, well, at least Bortus and Clyden, they seem to respect women as long as those women aren't Mocklin women. But Bortus doesn't seem to have a problem having, you know, a female commander over him, or a female as a security chief. Because reasons. Personally, I like the whole krill concept. It's the only race to really pose a problem for the Union thus far, which is important. And that race, the krill, I think is a great jump to season 2. Yeah, I think so too. I bet you there's some sort of krill connection going on that's gonna, you know, bring us into season 2, or, you know, leave us wanting more. I don't think the show's going to do a big cliffhanger, because I think MacFarlane doesn't want that. But of course, I don't know for sure. That's what I've heard. But it'd be very weird to not have the krill creep up sooner than later. Robert Calhoun, I can't remember anything Seth has ever done that critics liked. Yeah, they probably don't like all the money he makes from people that are fans of his stuff. Mr. Pete, 8680. Isaac versus Alara. Who wins? Well, I think Alara wins, but I think Isaac will get some good hits in there. Kenny Kent says, I'd like to see a crossover with Last Man on Earth, another Fox show, by the way, where the Orville comes back in time to help Tandy restore Earth. And then Kelly could say, got wood, boom. Oh, because reasons, that would be amazing. Now because reasons says Pat Stu will be a krill. Just watch. Well, I've mentioned how amazing something like that would be, but I just don't think they would do that just because they want Patrick Stewart's face to be on the show so that they can bring in people to watch and buy laundry detergent or whatever commercials they're playing. Pure Mark 403. Do we think the krill are the ultimate villain species, or will a bigger, badder race emerge? All of the Klingons and the Borg. Well, I'm pretty sure, Pure Mark, that the krill will be the ultimate villain until they're not. So, like, as far as we know, they're going to be the, the Orville crews will be like, oh god, the krill are the worst. Oh god, and then all of a sudden, later on, there's something worse. There's a race that the krill are afraid of, and now we're up against them. That's just how TV works. You got to keep up in the game. Oh, I got some other pictures from the episode, New Dimensions. These pictures aren't that, informative, but we do have, I don't know if I showed this. Oh yeah, I showed it right before the video, but we got John looks none too pleased with Isaac. Isaac's probably said something rude. And John's like, what? You stupid. Something like that. Or boom, bitch. Ed seems to be looking down about something. He's trying to he's wondering what he needs to do. This is probably about the fact that Kelly did, drop that bombshell on him. And then this picture is actually useless as far as what's going on in the show, but we should probably just look at it. Look at that face Kelly's making. And even Alara's like, ugh, look at that face she's making. It's so funny. She looks so little. Alara looks so little next to Kelly. Yes, she can kick ass. Because reason says she's a petite man. She is a very petite man. Yeah, Robert Calhoun. Kelly must have told her bestie about spilling the beans. It really does seem like, we haven't seen any real friendship blossom. Kelly seems to always go to Alara for the personal stuff. That's who she's always talking to. Every time there's a personal thing going on, she's to talk to somebody about. She always ends up with Alara. So I'm guessing, there's a good friendship forming there. Which is another great thing about the show is the crew are friends. They like each other. They like spending time together and, joking around. Sometimes too much, but that's what being a human is about. And that's one thing that's been missing in television, as far as these type of shows go, sci-fi television, you know, everyone's a jerk. Everyone's like that asshole that the show wants you to root for, even though they're an asshole. We know they're an asshole. We're telling you they're an asshole, but they're the star, and you're gonna root for them. Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if they have a scene? You know, they did karaoke together. What if they did like charades or something like that? Or what if they what if people still play Cards Against Humanity, you know, in the 25th century? Oh, James Forsythe, I'm sure something like that's going to happen. Even though we're allies with the Mocklins, but it says the Mocklins might leave the Union and go to war, leaving Bortus torn between his race and the Orville. Now, of course, you know, that would be something that, you know, as far as writing a TV show goes, that's something that most TV shows would do. I don't know if the Orville will do that, though, just because it's, you know, because it's the obvious choice. Maybe they might not do it. Richard L. Gotta step out and get something to eat. Great to hang out with y'all again. Till later. Bye-bye. No, you mean love you. Bye-bye. Robert Calhoun, war is good for business. Yes, it is. Because reasons. A lot of people that comment note that the crew of the Orville talk like they're at work, and I agree. They give each other shit. Sure, it makes a day. Yeah, it's in my next episode on Saturday. That's one thing I talk about is the show. The people of the crew of the Orville are people. The future is different. The future is grand and amazing, but people don't change. People are still people, and these people act like people. They're not the perfect version of a human like all the characters on Star Trek were and would be. Pure Mark says, unlike in Trek TNG, they're all high society who basically only like opera and fencing. That's true. Of course, you know, you gotta listen to Klingon opera. And then one thing we have to talk about, you guys. Because reasons, fuck you, I hate opera. What? The Phantom of the Opera is here, inside your mind. You don't like opera? That's not, I don't even call that opera. That's Phantom of the Opera. That's Broadway. One thing we do need to talk about. Okay, tonight we're doing the stream. Next Thursday, the finale of the Orville will be doing the stream, of course. And then we got to figure out what we're doing with these streams. I'm gonna have to. I think we're gonna be maybe taking a break from the streams, or, you know, separating them out a little bit more, because what I should be doing is working on creating episodes of Talking the Orville for you guys, as well as my other Egotastic FunTimes stuff that I do, which is basically the same thing as Talking the Orville, just different topics. So we'll probably be ending these this next week's stream will probably be one of the last streams that we do. Of course, I'll still be doing streams, but they'll be spread out. You know, we're going to do a cumulative entire season stream, and I'll still, you know, maybe I'll do streams every other week on a weekend, but I'll announce them ahead of time. I'll come up with a schedule I can put on and, you know, figure out what we're talking about, you know, and then, you know, hopefully you guys will show up if you're available. Because Reason says, I do like singers, though. I respect that crazy ability. Well, you know, I do too. I love singing. I wish I can sing as well as I'd like to sing. But one thing that I've learned is that singers are a dime a dozen. Every other TV show is about people trying to be a singer, and they all sing very well. So maybe singing's not as great as we think it is. Sci-Fi Roundup stream. Yeah, and I'd also like to get together with some other channels and some other people and do a stream where we chat about stuff. Pure Mark 403. Whenever the Galaxy Quest series starts, you should cover that, please. Yeah, I hear stuff about that. I don't know any details. But yeah, of course, if there's a Galaxy Quest series, I will be covering it. if it's a really good show, I'll be doing a full series of it, just like I do with Talking the Orville. But if it's just okay, I'll do an episode or two about it. But if it's really good series, we're going full blown Talking the Galaxy Quest, you guys. Robert Calhoun, you should go through the season an episode at a time as a stream. Well, we kind of do that here. We do it preemptively here. This stream is the pre-show, where we talk about tonight's episode. But of course, none of us have seen the episode. Last week I actually had time, so we did a post-show as well on over the weekend, or was it Friday? I can't remember what day. But yeah, that's a good idea. Because also, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a full review episode, just like, my Firestorm and my Krill episode and all that stuff. I'm going to do a full review of the first 5 episodes because I didn't do a review of the first 5 episodes. So I'll be doing, that's 5 Talking the Orvilles right there, all review episodes. But those episodes take 12 to 14 hours to put together. So, I'll probably put 1 out a week. And that'll be that week's episode for Talking the Orville. Trust me, we got Talking the Orville episodes for days. And by days, I mean for months and months and months, because there's so much to talk about. What? There's a girl. Tina, baby, you're back. Tina, baby is here every week. See, that's a girl, you guys. Tina, people were asking about if there's ever any girls in this stream. I go, yeah, we get some girls. There's girls here sometimes. Ray Ottberg, can I give you all my money? Sure, there's a little $sign right there in the chat. You click on that and it'll let you give me money. I accept anywhere between $1 to thousands of dollars. John Fox, Rin is a girl. Yeah, I had a girl on my show, you guys. I had Rin from Rin Rants on my show. She was a girl. Pretty sure. Star Siege Flare, 100 bajillion fafillion shodalupa doop dollars. Oh no, that's too much. I don't want to even deal with the taxes on that. I'm more of a $1 at a time tax guy. Pure Mark 403, Karate Kid video was great. Thanks, Pure Mark. I was just having fun. I love the Karate Kid. I love the Karate Kid 2 as well. I love Mr. Miyagi. I love Put Him in a Body Bag. I love, Sweep the Leg. I love all that stuff. I love Karate Kid. But I don't care. I'll make fun of stuff that I love. Because the thing is when I make videos, it's like, well, I gotta talk about something that I like or that I'm passionate about, even if I'm making fun of it. So usually stuff that I make fun of, Star Trek Discovery not included, usually stuff I'm making fun of, I actually like. Like, people still till this day say, hey, you made fun of Robert Picardo's singing. How dare you? He's a great singer. I go, yeah, I know. I love it when he sang on the show, but that's something to make fun of, so I'm going to do it. John Fox says, love the Kill the Cow video too. Yummy. Yeah, people don't realize cows is where all the good meats come from. Hamburger meats, steak meats. That's all the meats. Robert Calhoun, have you seen the film theory that Mr. Miyagi is a con man? No, I haven't. Well, that's what my video is about. My video from yesterday is Mr. Miyagi is a liar, I think is what I called it. And it's all about him being a con man. So if you watch that, you'll see me calling Mr. Miyagi a con man because his whole backstory changed in Karate Kid 2. No, bacon's not meat. Bacon is a dessert. Pure Mark. People are passionate about Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi is not a con. Con. Robert Calhoun. Oh shit, maybe it was you I watched. Sorry. No, I doubt it. If it was my face telling you those words out of my mouth, you'd remember. There's probably someone else with the same theory. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even something I just came up with. I'm sure I read it somewhere and I started thinking about it. I'm like, yeah. Tina Baby says bacon is a godsend to mankind. Bacon. God, bacon is the best bacon, you guys. Robert Calhoun says, I raise hogs, killing 17 next Thursday. Well, not me. I'm going to be doing the live stream for Talking the Orville. Mr. Pete says, Mr. Miyagi's background changed? Yes, it did. You gotta watch. I can't go into the details here on the Orville stream, but you can just watch my videos. I posted it yesterday. Robert Calhoun, I watched most of your videos, but I was doped up all week because of my back. Well, I don't even make videos unless I'm all doped up. You gotta get into the mood, you know, get all loosey-goosey. Mr. Pete, how did his background change? Well, it all changed, man. How he got to the country, what he did for a living in the war, all that stuff. Just go to egotasticfuntime.com and look at the latest video from yesterday. Meat candy. Let's see. I don't think I have any more pictures from tonight's episode. Oh, check this out. I do have a picture. Now look at this. This is on that other dude's ship, which we don't know if he's in another dimension or what, but in the preview it did look like they went through some sort of vortex or something. That same type of thing that Claire went through in Into the Fold. So this is dude's ship, and I guess he's got weapons, and then Mercer's like, oh god, what are these weapons? And Alara's like, we don't know what they do. What should we do with these? She's worried. Look. But yeah, so I got some other pictures, but they're not really interesting, you guys. So the most interesting thing will be actually watching the episode. I have no idea what's going to be going on. I'm so interested to find out what this new dimension means. And anyone who comes back, though they probably can't hear me because they're watching right now, when you come back during the commercial break, please don't tell me what new dimension means. Yeah, John Fox, they went through the glory hole. New dimension means not old dimension, Star Siege Player says. Yes, absolutely. So, man, I gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I mean, I'm sure the stream will just be the same as it usually is next week during the finale. Hopefully I'll be able to come up with some special thing to stream, to play during the stream. Because it's kind of, it's an end of, well, it's not the end, it's just the hiatus of an era, you guys. We've been doing these streams here for, what, over a month and a half, 2 months? We've been having a egotastic fun time every week, even when the Orville doesn't air. But next week will be the last official stream, and then I'll figure out some other things we can stream and talk about on different days. I don't think it'll be a regular scheduled thing. I'll just have to announce it on the channel. I'll do a video announcing what we're gonna do and when, and hopefully you guys show up if you can. But I'd like to do some chats where we're talking specific Star Trek stuff, specific other, because there's a lot of things, I try to keep things towards the Orville in these streams, but there's a lot of stuff we can talk about that you guys, seem to be knowledgeable of and that I like to talk about. I want to do a whole Karate Kid stream. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, Pure Mark 403. The mirror episode in Star Trek Enterprise was so good. Now, Pure Mark, do you remember back when Star Trek Enterprise was not called Star Trek Enterprise? They actually got rid of the Star Trek and they just called it Enterprise. And then when the show got in trouble, not in trouble, but it was in trouble, no one was watching it, they put the Star Trek back after a season or two. Mr. B says, Pure Mark, the actress who played Hoshi did sit-ups that week. Yeah, I'm sure she did. I'm gonna go see my belly for 3 seconds. Yeah. Well, because Reason says, well, it is Talking Orville, so I suppose we could talk Trek. Well, actually, Talking Orville is just the show, the series show, Talking the Orville, but the channel is Egotastic FunTime, which means we can do streams that aren't Talking the Orville. It'll be Egotastic FunTime, where we can talk about whatever we want, including the Orville. The Orville should always be in there somewhere if there's something to talk about. Man, you guys are going off on a Hoshi tangent. Star Siege players like Linda Park was rather fit that week. Mr. Pete, she sure was. Man, you guys are talking the way I talk about bacon. Hoshi's not bacon. She's sushi. Because reasons. Well, Bortus. Remember how everyone in the 90s talked about Data? I think it's going to be Bortus thing now. Well, people are talking about Bortus. I actually... Oh God, I'm gonna look right now. I shouldn't do this, but I needed. I've been watching all day. I designed a new Bortus shirt. I have a thing. Amazon's on to me now. Anything I do that's Orville related, they reject it. Though my other shirts do. I design shirts. This has nothing to do, you guys. I just want to look and see if my Bortus shirt got. It got rejected. Yeah. All my Orville shirts get rejected now, though I still have some great shirts up because I designed them from scratch and didn't use any imagery from the show. But damn it, you guys. Sorry. I was getting off track. But yeah, I've been watching that all day. Not just Hoshi, Mirror Hoshi, Mr. Pete says. Pure Mark, Hoshi was smoking. Man, you guys are all... This isn't Talking the Hoshi. Because Reason says, worth a try, JP. Yeah, I had a bunch of really great Orville. I still have great Orville shirts up, but I had some really great ones that I liked. Like of the crew, I artsied them up and I did all kinds of changes and Amazon approved them. But then I think actual Fox said, hey, no, we don't like that. And so now all my Orville stuff that has any type of anything that looks like anything from the show gets rejected. So I have to just come up with some new designs that's obviously from the Orville, like, Hugging the Donkey Flight School logo, stuff like that. That's fine. But anything that has a cartoon or anything that looks like a character is not going to get approved. So I got some great Star Trek shirts, you guys. I just got my new Christmas Star Trek shirts up. Because Reason says, I still think Gordon is my favorite. Yeah, him and John, ever since day one, everyone's like, oh, these two guys, these are the guys that are going to be the fun guys that are wisecracking all the time. I like these guys. Kenny Kent is talking about Hoshi versus 7 of 9, and there's no verses at all. John Fox, the Avis one was the best. Avis, we try harder. Because Reasons, are you a dick? Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's when I knew. I'm like, okay, this is the Tom Paris, Harry Kim dynamic, but they're both Tom Paris. You guys have heard me say that before. That's what I love about them. They got rid of Harry Kim and said, hey, let's have 2 Tom Parises. And we're almost ending this stream here, you guys. Really? Oh, we're going to talk about this sometime. Star Siege player says, I've been watching a lot of interviews with Star Trek actors. Apparently, Kate Mulgrew really didn't like Jerry Ryan and didn't treat her well. Well, that sucks because they had so many scenes together. They were very important to each other, character-wise. Pure Mark 403. Well, love the video that showed the behind the scenes of the Orville. I had no idea it was a real model of the ship. I think that's great. Practical effects all the way. Yeah, when it comes to sci-fi stuff, especially when you have ships in space, models, especially nowadays, models are always the best because you get a little bit more of a sense of realism that just full digital can't give you, because our brains can see right through that crap, you guys. And our brains are like, no, I don't like that. That's not real. But when you use a model, just like original Trek used to do, until they switched it over in Insurrection, I believe is when they went full digital with the ships, and everyone's like, it doesn't look as good. Even though it looks better, it looks worse. Full models is the way to go. Tina Baby says, darn it, I hate that I missed so much of it, guys. My book club meets every month on the third Thursday, but you'll know I'll show up where I can. Ew, book club? Made out of paper? That's super throwback. I don't even read my books on the Kindle. I read my books on Audible, where someone else reads them for me. I love Audible. Well, if you get the right book, I love Audible. Can't wait for some Orville books. Mr. P says, book clubs, they still exist? Yeah, I don't see any books on the Orville, you guys. Though the Orville is coming out with an actual book, The World of the Orville. It's available for pre-order on Amazon. I have nothing to do with it. I don't make any money off of it, but I just want you to know there's an Orville book, and I want to support the show. So if people buy the book, maybe the Orville will be like, oh, we'll have a third season. Yeah, Star Siege Player, I see a lot of people asking for that, hoping we get an Orville kit. Yeah, a lot of people are asking for that, so I bet you we do. Also, don't forget, you know we're definitely going to get, there's no announcement, but we're definitely going to get Orville Funko Pops. You know that, right? You know for sure there will be Funko Pops of the Orville. And that we're going to have to buy them all just because they're the Orville. Oh, that's right, because reasons. JP has said he's going to get the book and show it to us, right, JP? That's right. I'm going to have to get the Orville, the World of the Orville book, and we're just going to have to, I'll put the camera down, and we'll just all look through it together, page by page. That'll be an amazing stream. God, I'll probably be the first person to do a live stream where we just read a book together. Like, I don't read it to you. We actually look at the book, because you know it's going to be a picture book. Man, pushing boundaries. That's what we do here on Egotastic FunTime. Star Siege Player, I hate Funko Pops, LOL. Yeah, that's fine. I understand hating Funko Pops. I got a few as gifts that were given to me. I just spread them around the house in certain places. But Orville Funko Pops, I'm gonna have to build a little model set of the bridge and then put Funko Pops on them. I'm just saying. It's the Orville. Robert Calhoun, the World of the Orville book releases the day before my birthday. Guess what I'm getting myself? I don't know. What are you getting yourself? Oh, the book. Oh, I get it. Man, you guys. Well, it's about time to end this stream. It's always fun talking. I don't have a show to put on or anything like that for these streams. It's just about chatting with you guys and nerding out about something that we love. Because I miss the days, it's one of the reasons I do my show. I miss the days where, you know, there'd be something that you geek out about and you go and you chat with your friends about it. I haven't had that in a long time because all my friends live on the other side of the country. And so, you know, I don't have that. So that's why I started doing this, so I can just chat with people about TV shows and movies. Thanks, Tinfoil Hats. This song's getting really annoying, you guys. Damn it when that dubstep stuff creeps into a song. I swear, you guys. Listen to that. Alright, let me turn that off. So I had a great stream. Let's do this right, you guys. I have to do it right. There we go. Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted to chat with you guys about today, and we chatted about it. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you get to see New Dimension really soon and get all the answers to these questions that we proposed during the stream about this new episode of The Orville, episode 11, the second to last episode of season 1. Next week, we'll be doing the stream again at 7 p.m. Central Time, all about the pre-show to the season finale of The Orville, Mad Idolatry. And of course, I'll have a new episode of Talking the Orville this Saturday, all about why the critics hate the Orville and why you should watch it, as well as a preview of Mad Idolatry on Monday. I hope I do a good job and do you guys proud. If you want to help support future episodes of Talking the Orville and Egotastic FunTime, you can find or click on my Patreon link on the channel or in the description of this video and make a pledge. I'm also going to be coming out with Patreon-only content just for people that are nice enough to, you know, make that pledge every month to me. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be special. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be my heart out to you guys. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing to my stupid show. It really does mean the world to me, you guys. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you. Bye-bye.
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give him all your 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 money.